Aloha everyone, welcome to our training here at The Hive. We're coming to you from a beautiful co-working space, our co-working space actually,
yes.
The Hive in Kailua, and I'm here with my fabulous, amazing, wonderful friend, Kristen Robinson. Okay, so let me introduce you to everybody. If you're not familiar with Kristen Robinson, she founded KR Design in 2010 to help experienced and determined business owners, real estate agents, and consultants grow their business with successful marketing techniques. Her customers quickly dictated their greatest marketing challenge, social media. Kristen has guided hundreds of business owners through the treacherous waters of social media marketing, affirming that social media can be an effective and efficient method of marketing for companies and business professionals. Kristen's background includes working with a range of companies including ESPN X Games, House of Blues, Radio Disney, and women's professional football teams. Her experience gives her a unique perspective on social media. Her accomplishments include being a two-time Hall of Famer in 2011 in track and field for both her college and the city of Mesa, Arizona. She was also awarded the National Association of Professional Women Executive Women of the Year Award in 2012. Last year, Kristen won the Social Wahine's 2013 Outstanding Networker Award in September, doing less than 1 year of business in Hawaii. Here are some of Kristen's areas of expertise, and I'm going to tell you them because they're awesome. So, implementing social media marketing for businesses, creative marketing techniques, increasing efficiency by using web-based business applications, networking, and word-of-mouth marketing that make a difference. Everyone, let's welcome Kristen Robinson! So I'm so excited to have you here. Here's a little secret. Kristen and I are actually good friends, and I've been wanting to get her on here for so long, and so finally we were able to get our schedules to collide, and here we are. So there's so much that I want to ask you.
Okay.
And you know, we just recently had this community day at the Hive, and Kristen was here. She was one of our featured speakers and trainers, and she gave away like amazing social media tips for free. So if you're not here at our next community day, then I don't know where you are, but you should be here to snag these tips that Kristen got. And I just wanted to say that, like, I'm, you know, beyond everything that I just said, I'm so just impressed by your professionalism, your dedication to what you do, and your ability to just like wow everybody. So I wanted to bring you on so that you can let us into your world, and I want to just talk about like your secrets to success.
Okay.
So tell us.
You know what? There's a couple of secrets to success. I think the biggest motivation for me has been family. I can easily say that. What shocks a lot of people is when I got into the business world, someone pulled me along, and that was my younger brother. And if my brother's watching, yes, you are smarter than me. I just executed. My brother, we were on the school bus, we were hungry, and he actually came up with the problem of lots of kids are on the school bus. We have to run to the school bus. We don't have time to stop at the popsicle stand. And you get to the bus, you're still hungry, you ride all the way to your bus stop. You don't get a snack because you're gonna do your chores, and you're hungry and you have to wait till dinner.
Okay.
That was the problem my brother had identified because we all went through it on the school bus. My next door neighbor, who was my best friend at the time, found the solution to that by having her own candy stand out of a refrigerator box at the second bus stop. So kids would usually wait until the second bus stop, go to her candy, and walk home. They would walk literally an extra 10 minutes home for this. And my brother goes, I don't understand why we can't do that. I'm like, well, she did it first, and I was just about to go, oh well. And my brother's like, what is she selling that we can sell? What is she not selling? And he looked, and my brother figured out that she was selling Hostess products, which at the time, Twinkies and Ding Dongs at the time were it. So my brother was like, I got the perfect idea. We're gonna tell Daddy, and Daddy's gonna drive us to the Hostess store. And I'm thinking to myself, Daddy's not gonna drive to the Hostess store. So my brother actually executed the idea to my dad and said, Daddy, we want you to be a partner.
Oh my
It's our
God.
idea, but we want you to help execute it. And my dad thought that was the most fabulous idea. So we learned how to have inventory, because we had to count all the Twinkies. We actually expanded. We sold Twinkies at first and then expanded into Ho-Hos and Ding Dongs and cupcakes.
So cute.
We only hold those. We realized supply and demand.
Yeah.
We can only hold and supply what we could put in our backpacks.
Yeah.
We didn't bring any other, so we learned really quickly that we needed to have stuff more on hand. We also learned price increase. So when we first started selling them, Twinkies were 20 cents each. About how'd this work out? So yeah, 20 came in a box, so you make $4 a box. So my brother was like, let's increase it to a quarter because you're making change and it's just not working. So we increased it to 25 cents a Twinkie, which gives you $5 a box, which made it very simple when I got to junior high, and they were like, oh, I just want a box, $5.
Nice.
So that was really my first business lesson. I learned quite a bit. It ran very successful for 2 years. Yeah. The only reason why we got shut down is because, you know, when you start, you know, going to junior high and have vending machines, you can't outperform the vending machine.
Yeah.
So we had to kind of stop there. But for 2 years, we actually sold Twinkies, cupcakes, all those out of our backpacks.
Wow. So did you, from then on, you got that like entrepreneur bug when you were, how old were you?
Gosh, we were in, I don't know, about 4th grade.
So you know when people ask you, like, did you always know that you were going to be in business? Did you always know that that's what you were going to do, is be an entrepreneur?
I thought somewhat, because my idea was early on at 5, I thought I was going to be a women's professional football player.
That's
be
right.
the first one in the NFL.
Okay.
And no, women don't play in the NFL. We're a little too delicate for that. So I was like, okay, what can I do to be at the football games for free?
Okay.
And I came up with being a sports agent.
So I love this. I want to talk about this because in my school, in Savvy Successful, you know, we talk about passions and profitability.
Right.
So I love this because, you know, a lot of times we're like, oh, what's my passion? And maybe my passion is like reading books, right? Or maybe maybe that's not a good one. Maybe my passion is, I'll use me. Maybe my passion is acting, right? And I wanted to be an actress and I all these things, but then I looked at my world, right? And I thought, okay, well, I have a little boy. It's going to mean that to be successful in this field is going to mean that I have to travel, that I have to spend time away from him and all these things. So I kind of thought, okay, maybe that's not the way I want to go. Like
Right.
that passion is great, but maybe that's not the pursuit of my lifestyle or my career that I want to have, right? Was it similar for you with the football?
Football, I ended up playing my dream. There is women's professional football. It does exist. So
okay.
I did do that, check in the box. But I didn't really find out that I didn't want to do that until later on in life, like my late 20s.
Okay.
I pursued an economics degree.
Yeah.
I was going to go to law school and was like, oh, is there some kind of way I can do this without the law school part?
Oh, yeah.
So I got my there is a company out there that certifies sports agents, and you work underneath their umbrella. So I did that, partnered with a friend in high school, and we did that for about a year. And I realized I don't like this.
Yeah.
It took me. It's a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I think the hardest thing people don't understand is you're marketing people. Like you have to market to people, a person, and it's high risk because what if they get injured, things like that. It's not like a product or a house or something where you're like, this is sustaining, like you can fix this. People are a little bit more difficult to market, and and of course the price is going. You're asking for millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So and then also the right fit. You know, the right player with the right team. Is that going to fit in the scheme of that? And then what we did was we took it a little bit further than just getting them the right fit. What happens when they get injured? So now we have to think about where they're placing their investments, like what's right for them, how do we save money, do we bring somebody in, like how can we get this, you know, and of course many other things that go on in the sports world. So it was just, I felt like a mom. Like I just felt like a mom because you're with them all the time, you're chaperoning them, you're making sure they play nice with others, you're making sure they got your money, you're doing everything. Did you train? Did you eat right? Okay, what about that girl? No, we need to focus.
Wow.
Like you felt like a mom. And then at the time I was boyfriend then, husband now.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time away from him. I was always on the road. And so after a year and a half I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I did it. Check in the box, I did it, but
isn't it cool though, because you were always that marketing, even though it was a different form, you were still in the marketing field. You were marketing human beings, which is like probably one of the most hardest thing in the world to do, like you said. And it's so crazy like how all those pieces come together when you're walking in where you are right now, which we've sorry we've kind of had this conversation, but you know, you're walking in your destiny, or where you're supposed to be at the current point in time in social media. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to say that. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, and that's kind of really cool.
Yeah, so I got into that. How I got into social media is kind of hilarious, because after I did that, I was working for a real estate agent, luxury marketing real estate. He didn't do anything less than $500,000, which in the area we were in was quite a bit.
Okay.
You had to attract buyers from like the Northeast to get people to buy his homes. And mailers don't, you can only do so much to people in Northeast, you know, mailers or whatever. So we started experimenting with online marketing, social media. Literally, that's probably where it all started. I mean, we would list a property, and I would have to create a website for that property. I would copy, you know, things like that. Then when I moved on to one of the companies that we advertised in, they offered me a position where I was a marketing coordinator.
Nice.
So with them, they were even asking me like, what do you think about the SEO for the website? And I'm like, I don't know. You're the youngest person in the company, you should know. And it's like, I should, but I don't. Oh well. But I started experimenting with web design, graphic design, promotional products, I mean, all those things. And that basically started KR Design the way it was. I started doing it for myself. Obviously, I got, as you can tell, you see this progression, I got laid off twice. I got laid off twice in about 3 years.
Wow.
So I got laid off from that real estate agent, and then I got laid off from that company. And when of course, at that point, I married my husband about a month after I got laid off, and was like, well, what do I do now? And he was like, well, you've been doing all of this stuff, marketing for everybody. Do it for yourself and do it for other people, and become a consultant instead of just doing it for companies and being an employer. So I did that, and then realized that I needed clients. Oh gosh, man, you open a business, you need clients. So I started doing social media to attract clients, and it worked. I was like, yay, I got clients. And then of course my clients were like, that's great, you're getting clients, but how do we get that? And I'm like, I don't know, I just do it for me. And I think what really got me just in the compass of going that direction was I was at a networking event, and the organizer of the networking event came up to me with an envelope, and she said, here. And I'm like, what's in here? She goes, count the money. I'm like, oh, it's like, you know, $500. What's this? She goes, okay, this is what's gonna happen. You are gonna teach 4 social media classes at $25 each on Tuesdays from 10 to noon at this place, and you start next week. And I'm like, well, what? And she goes, oh, and by the way, here's all of our registration, here's all our business cards, and we paid already in full. We're done. So we'll see you here next Tuesday at 10, right? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And then the person who owned the facility was like, you know, is it okay if I take the classes for free in exchange for not paying for the facility? I'm like, I don't really have much of a choice, but sure, yeah, because I gotta be here next week at 10. And so literally that week, I was preparing social media classes for a group of women who wanted to come together and do it. So it literally was like, you are going to do this, here's your compass, and there you go.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really neat. So I want to go back to this question because I just want to make sure that we got it.
Oh yeah.
You know, we were just talking the other day with one of our other members here, and we both were just like, Kristen, how did you come to Hawaii and in like less than a year win the, you know, Social Awakening Networker of the Year award? She's only been here for a year, and then you just were nominated for 40 Under 40. And then you got the PBN's Women to Watch, and I was just like, what is she doing? And I know that you call it like staking your claim in the social media landscape. That's one of Kristen's classes that she offers in a workshop, and it's true, you've been doing it. So share with us, if you would, our viewers, your secret.
How am I staking my claim?
Yes, we want to know.
When just to let you guys know, I am a military spouse. So as soon as I step off the plane, the hourglass is ticking. So I have to make the most of every opportunity it is. So I don't have time. I think that's one big key. I don't have time for self-doubt and just go, oh, is it gonna work? I have to just do it.
Yeah.
Because I literally have 3 years in one location. So when I first got here, the first 6 months, I went to everything I could. It didn't matter what it was. If I found on Eventbrite, if I looked on Meetup, whatever it was, I went to it. I didn't care. Because I figured it was kind of like an audition. If I liked it, I will continue on and continue going with it, moving forward or whatever it was. But the biggest thing was the people that I met, I would immediately follow up and have coffee and try to cram in as many as I could in one day, which is about 4 to 6 people. It makes things more efficient because I got a 1 hour, get to know you. and I would figure out where do they fall in my business life. Are they prospects? Are they clients? Are they someone I can collaborate with? Or are they, you know, a referral to refer to somebody else and I connect them with somebody else? Where do they fit in my world? And once that started happening, you become a resource and people just go, oh, Kristen does this, she can connect with this, and you start building a reputation. But one thing also is you meet them in person, but you can strengthen that relationship using social media. So you can be on LinkedIn commenting and liking things, especially when, my favorite is when they do the congratulate blah 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 for how many years in business, or they got a new position. Like that, I say congratulations, because I'll go, oh, thank you, and then it opens up a dialogue of networking.
Okay.
So you can always strengthen relationships. So then when I see them in person, the relationship is stronger, and it doesn't feel like a lot of time has gone by because we're communicating on a more frequent basis.
Okay, so that's huge. I want to make sure that we got that there. That was like,
Right.
you just kind of threw that out there and make sure that we got that. It's so important to, you know, what you're saying then, to meet people face to face first. You know, I know that in my business, it's very strong online, but then I do feel the need to connect and feel, you know, my clients and be able to be in a room, see eye to eye. That energy level is just different. So you're saying the best way to do it is really meet in person first, have that connection, and then strengthen it with social media.
Exactly. I mean, even if they're in Germany, we have Skype, we have FaceTime, that's still in person. So I always recommend that you want to do that, because there's so many things you can say in person, the facial expressions. Humans, it doesn't matter where we're going to be. It doesn't matter, you know, if we're living like the Jetsons, we're always going to need we always have a strong desire to connect.
Yeah, yeah.
And face to face is one of those ways that easily gives you that confirmation of that strength of human connection. You're going to need that no matter what.
Okay, so something just hit me. I wanted to ask you. You know, can you talk to us about like your voice in social media, or like your message, okay, this is why I ask, right? Because this is going along the lines of like meeting in person.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet in person, you get that person's like personality, you hear their voice, their intonations, all that stuff. You see I'm very animated, like you see their movements, right? Online, like you don't really have that. But there are some people that have very strong voices in social media. Is that like a skill that we can learn to have, or
you know what?
Is it a special gift?
Neither. I think it all depends on your audience. One thing that I've kind of just tested and noted over the years is that my audience loves me on video and loves photos of what I'm doing or what I'm teaching. And I notice, I'll give you a great example. So I have a Monday Marketing Minute that I do every Monday. It's on my Facebook. And you look at my Monday Marketing Minute and it'll be like, oh, 100 people, it reached 120 people. And you're like, okay. And then I'll do a post 2 hours later and it's like, oh, only like 15 people saw it. And you're like, what happened? You were just there 2 hours ago. I know you saw it. And it's like, no, they feel that connection. They love my personality. They feel attracted to me. So in video and photos, my audience loves that. So I always try to post in that variety as much as I can, or as much as, you know, they don't get sick of it. So that they can feel my voice or feel my presence or feel more connected that I'm there.
Got it. So in essence, you're saying meet them where they are.
Meet them where they are, but meet them where they like, because I have another Facebook client that I have. They love articles. They love to be educated by her. And then, you know, she'll do a photo of something, but they love reading the articles.
Got it.
They want to feel educated, and the funny thing is she does all the heavy lifting. So she educates them on the industry, and then they go, oh, this is great, I need this. Buy from her. You know what I mean?
Got
so
it.
Everyone's audience is going to be different, but mine, especially since social media is really complicated, very visual, if I can be just as visual, then that's what attracts people to me.
Okay. Now, when we're looking at our social media landscape, as you like to call it, there's so much overwhelm. Like, I hear that a lot. You just mentioned it a couple times. You know, if we were to leave, or if our viewers were to, you know, leave this video with one thing or one tip that could help them to maybe, you know, push down that social media overwhelm, what would that be for you?
I love this. Well, it's a quote I kind of made up, and it's the elevator to social media success is not running. You have to take it step by step. Okay, there's no little thing. You get on your social media elevator and you say up, and it takes you to the top floor of the penthouse. You're like, woohoo, I made it. Now, you got to take the steps. You got to take the stairs. And that really is starting at the bottom floor. If you want to get to the 21st floor and the elevator's not running, it's step by step, and you're starting on ground 1. So realize that you're starting on the ground floor. Okay? And of course, it's a long way to the top. So number 1, recognize that, but don't despair about it, but just recognize that that's there. But also realize as you take steps, you're progressing. You may climb 14 stairs and you realize you're on the 3rd floor. Or you may climb 21 steps, you're on floor 5 because you realize there is no 4th floor.
Right.
Maybe you bypass that floor altogether. So realizing that every step you take, you're going to get to the top. And it's going to take some time, but just recognize the steps and celebrate the steps that you take.
Oh, that's so good. That's true in social media, and it's true in every part of our life, really in business too. Just celebrating those small steps, taking it one by one. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you so much. Okay, now I want to ask you a personal question.
Yes.
And we learned about you and your journey to where you are, your journey to success. What do you think are some of the tools for you? Like maybe your top 3 tools or tips that you can give us that maybe you're implementing right now in your business?
Wow. You know what? I can say this because So recently I had a death in my family. And one of the things I noted looking back on my life journey in general, whenever something catastrophic happens, it's like, okay, I'm sorry. I feel like the X-Men, like the Phoenix, I just rise out of the ashes. And I become this great fiery thing, and I just go full steam ahead. So you're realizing that it's really, really short, and you don't have time to squabble, do little things, or just be unhappy. And so I think that's one thing I've realized coming off that. It's been about a month, and it's been a speedboat, basically. Yeah. And so it's just like, wow, and you start to notice little things that you never noticed before. Like, and then you start to think, am I tolerating that? Am I allowing that in my life? Or is this something that I need to do that I'm procrastinating and avoiding? So you start to kind of look at things in a different perspective, because now your priority is shifted to what makes me happy. What do I need to do to move forward in this? And so I just found that really profound. Just going, So I think just going over my life and looking at it in general, especially now this new phase in my business, those are some of the things that I just noticed have always been there all along. Yeah. I've just now been aware of them now and know what to call them. And they have names now.
Yeah. Yes. That's good. That's so good. I echo that 100%. I think that, it's really interesting that it does take times like that for us to step up and become almost all of like what we know we can be and live in our fullest potential when we really realize that like we've only got one life and this is it. So why not spend it doing shit we love? I swear. You know what I mean? Like, yes. Why walk around and be like, oh, woe is me? Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think one of the best things that you can do is to take action and take sometimes fierce action. Like, be that phoenix, rise out of the ashes, and take your spot.
Exactly.
Be like, this is what I want to do, and then go for it and do it. Exactly. So. Kudos to you. I've seen you in the last month really just hit the ground running. Yeah.
My phoenix is rising again.
Absolutely. So the one last thing that I want to wrap up with, I know there's a lot here, but the last thing is I want to have a conversation about investing in yourself and in your business. I know this is a hot topic, and I know that you and I are on the same page on this, and we really believe in it. We know that as entrepreneurs, it's one of the best things that you can do is to invest in yourself, your own knowledge and skills. And I know that you've taken a big leap just recently. So share what you'd like to, but I'd love to have this conversation.
Okay, so you guys see I'm wearing the purple. So Lisa Sasevich has successful I can't even say it.
It's okay.
Successful authenticity. I guess I'm not authentic. Authenticity Success Mastermind, and I joined it. And trust me, it's okay. I'll share. Maybe it's not as much as Lisa said I should share, but just let you guys know, it's over $20,000 I'm investing in myself for this year, like May to May. So yeah, I know people are like, oh my gosh.
No, and I'm like, I'm like, yay! I'm cheering you on.
Oh, definitely.
I think that it's huge and it's a great thing.
Yes.
So tell us why you did that.
I did it, you know why? It's so funny. When I was thinking about, now I know a lot of you guys are going, $20,000, this woman is crazy. Yeah, I know. But when I looked at it, other than financially, I couldn't think of a reason why not to do it.
Awesome.
Number one, the community is great. Number two, in business you need a community that's going to support you. That's going to support you. The number two thing was that she had made the offer in the event I went to in February. And I met some of those same people in May, going back to another second live event. And I realized in those 3 months how many opportunities I missed because I'm one of the few people in that group that does social media.
Got it.
So they were like, well, oh, you're social media and you're going to be in our group. Oh, I had a speaking engagement for you. And you were like, ah. So my thing was, how can I not afford to do this?
Right.
Look at the opportunities that I missed in 3 months. Imagine if I waited till October or next year when it would be financially right for me. Imagine how that would work. And I think, and we've talked about this, is that when you invest in yourself, not everyone is going to be happy for you.
That is true.
There are going to be a lot of negative things, and you know what? Even some family members have been like, are you sure you want to do this?
Are you crazy?
Are you sure? You know those events are made for you to buy, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, I thought you wanted what's best for me.
Right.
And I realized, you know what? There's a reason why there's millionaires and 10% of those people make money.
Yes.
And the reason why 90% of people don't make money. Because the other 10% of those crazy people that you talk about.
Absolutely.
So I want to be that 10% that crazy people talk about. Because if you don't take the risk, and especially if you don't invest in yourself, you can only get by the free seminars or the $300 product.
Yeah.
You actually need someone to show you the ropes, be there, get feedback, bounce off of things, and really show you their systems. And I think the biggest thing, and we talked about it, is someone who resonates with you. You need someone who models what you want. And I love Lisa because she does events. I love doing events.
Right.
I love people. She loves people. But her systems are group. I love teaching groups. A lot of the stuff that she does making millions of dollars are things that I want to do, or things that I've implemented, but obviously I need to implement them the right way to make millions. So when it was offered again the second time, I didn't even waste, I was one of the 5 people to apply and jump on the stage with her and say, yes, I'm doing it. There was no hesitation the second time whatsoever because she totally resonated with what I want to accomplish in the world and what I want to do.
Well, I wanted to congratulate you I have already, but like publicly, and just really endorse the investing in yourself, because I just feel like it puts you into massive action. It's one of the things that entrepreneurs fear the most. We go to all the free classes, all the Eventbrite free stuff, you know, take the $25 class here and there. And I'm not just saying that because I have my own coaching program. I'm saying that with whoever you are, in whatever you do, find somebody that resonates with you and that you trust and that you really want to model after, whether that be in social media or anything else, and really trust that you're doing the right thing. And if you are called to take some kind of action, say yes, not just for your business, but more importantly for yourself. So I know that we both have done it, and it has unveiled crazy amounts of success, and it's what you have to do to say, yes, I do want to be in, and it's not even 10%, I think it's like less than 10% of the population that wants to have that 7-figure, you know, income stream coming in. It's absolutely possible, but you got to play where those people are playing. Yes, and you got to wade in that water. So wade in that water with us, join the crazy team, get on the crazy train.
And you know what, social media, it's funny, we say the same thing. If you want to attract more clients, you need to not really appeal to them, but you have to be more authentic of yourself and have people resonate with you, and then they will follow you and your business and your services. Same thing with investing in yourself. If you don't invest in yourself, you'll never know what it's like firsthand. So when you talk to those clients about investing in your high-ticket programs, you can't explain to them or find the words to invest in you.
If you've never invested
if you've never done it yourself.
Absolutely.
So if you want, I hate to say it, Lisa Sasevich, yes, I'm quoting you, be the client you want to attract. If you want people to pay you thousands of dollars, you're gonna have to look at investing and paying $1,000 to someone else and having you help them. You'll never know what it's like. You'll never know what they're feeling. Your market language will never be correct in that. You'll never know how to explain it or what to say because you haven't been there.
Yeah.
So you have to be there. You have to be there.
Absolutely. And honestly, it's less than. We're not like.
We're not telling you to jump off and do
no, we're not saying
stuff.
that. But it's less than an MBA.
Yes.
It's less, so when you're thinking about investing in yourself, and maybe it's a lower end coaching program or whatever it is, and that really isn't the intention of all this, but it's a hot topic, and I just really wanted to talk about that. So I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you, Kristen.
Yes.
Tell our viewers where they can find you.
So if you want to know more about me, you can go to my website, KristenRDesign.com. So Kristen, Kristen, go to rdesign.com. Not only will you find my blog post, my Monday Marketing Minute, but you'll find different workshops, events, and webinars that I give as well.
Yeah, and you have 2 coming up soon.
Oh my goodness, yes. So I have 2 workshops coming up. I'm really excited. One's about content creation and how to get things going with your social media content. That's going to be going on for a while. And I have a live event later on in the fall about content as well in September, so I'm really excited about that.
Cool. Thank you, Kristen, for being here. So you guys, opt in on Kristen's blog, say yes, raise your hand. She's got great content, and I'm so excited that you were here with me today. Thank you very much. Sloane Ketchum coming to you from the Hive. Live your dreams, love your life. Aloha.